What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. And in this video over here was a live stream. We were doing a tool tour through tool stores where we gave you the best prices on all types of brands of tools at Lowe's Home Improvement. And during that live stream, the talk of tariffs came up. Now, depending on where you're at in the world, you might not know that here in the U.S., we're in the middle of arranging some new trade agreements with other nations. Now, I'm not here to talk politics or the politics of what's going on, but as tradespeople, we use a lot of power tools and accessories, some produced in other nations, that tariffs have been imposed upon. And that means that, from what we've been hearing, prices were going to be going up significantly. Now, here's the deal. It would be for another conversation where, depending on where you're at, your mindset may be, you might be like, these corporations have more power depending on what point you're arguing. Here's my question. If tariffs and price increases are based solely on the tariffs on products that are being, per se, let's just say, produced in China, for instance, then why are USA-made rigid pipe wrenches going up in price? I'm confused. I'm not certain how that actually works. But I digress. We're not going to get into the deeper conversation based on the tariffs themselves. I'm more here to talk about the discussion that we had during that live stream in that video there, where I said that this is the time when prices go up for whatever the reason, okay? A lot of times brands will go in lockstep with the leader, the number one brand. And if that brand increases prices, the other brands will follow their lead and increase prices as well. And I said during that live stream that there should be a brand that, and I would hope that there would be more than one brand, that would galvanize themselves. They would assert themselves as the new leader by joining up with the American people and tradespeople that rely on these tools by running more aggressive promotions and getting out there and leading the charge. The expansion that's going to be happening here in the U.S. by, instead of following the leader, reduce prices. Go, hey, I got your back. You've been buying our brand for 100 years. We got your back. And that's exactly what I think will separate, over the course of the next decade, the new leader from maybe the brands that are the leader, we're the leader, and might fall behind because of the perception of what's going on. I said that it would be great to see that happen. Well, I got an email. Not even this was planned for today, but I received a direct message from one of the viewers, I suppose, or maybe it's a Dewalt rep. I don't know, but I wouldn't lead on that they were a Dewalt rep, but they said, yo, take a look at this deal. This might be worth sharing with the very cool gang. And quite frankly, when I looked at it, I was like, dang, that's a good deal. So here's the thing. Like I said, as tradespeople, we depend on these tools, these products, these batteries to make a living, to help us do our job. And the reality is that a lot of us, we don't have extra money to just be throwing around because, hey, it's my favorite brand or whatever it may be. We need to buy what we can afford that will get the job done. Now, with that all being said, I want to say a special hello to Miguel Ochoa, came into the chat first, and member Ricardo Cintron for saying, hello, Vince. And the nobody is here as well. But you're somebody in my book. Balaki, thank you from the moderation squad. As well as Casey is here. Balaki says, let me see here. I'm confused, but I will say this. I want to say a special thank you to, let me see, Vegan Cookies Good Reviews for the $1 holla. Thank you so much, my friend. We're going to hit the like button on that. Now that we've acknowledged everybody, I want to let everybody know that if you have a question, a comment, a concern, you want to join the chat, type at, if you want to speak with me, type at VCT Construction. I love answering your comments, answering your questions, and doing my best to help all of you out. If you want to just talk amongst the community, they are the very cool gang. They're very knowledgeable. They are a group of tradespeople, hardcore DIYers, and homeowners that want to make better informed decisions on trade tools, okay, and building materials, compounds. They come here, and here's the deal: if I don't have an answer, because I don't have all the answers, they probably have the answer for you. So introduce yourself, say hello. Now, here's the deal: you can go down to the YouTube shopping button, and that I will let you know that this deal right here, Dewalt, this is their Power Stack 20 volt. Okay, this is their version 2. Battery packs. This is their top of the line battery packs. The newest battery technology puts out a tremendous amount of wattage in a very small form factor. You're getting a 5 amp hour Power Stack battery, an amp and a half, or a 1.7 amp hour Power Stack battery, as well as a 4 amp hour charger, dual voltage charger. Okay, here's the thing with this. Right now, I think it says it runs, you're saving $80 over at the YouTube shopping button. It will take you right to this link. This will run all the way to August 3rd. Now, this is a great deal in itself. I think this is a great deal. Because if we look at a comparable Milwaukee battery, this is their forged XC 6.0 battery. It is 1 amp hour greater than the Dewalt. It is using the same pouch lithium technology for the cells. A single XC 6.0 battery is $249. Now here's the deal. Like, do I have that battery pack? Sure I do. Do I love Milwaukee tools? Sure I do. But just because you love something doesn't mean you could actually afford it. It just is what it is. And what I'm saying is that Dewalt is throwing a lot of value. Now, if you are on, you're not going to, if you are heavily invested in Milwaukee, you're not going to reinvest in Dewalt. You're going to try to weather the storm. I would suppose, right? If you were to buy a 2-pack of 8.0s, you can actually get, these are a 2-pack of 8.0s. They're not using the pouch lithium technology. They're using a tabless 21700 cell. Brings the cost for 2-pack to $379. That means I believe you are roughly, let me look here. Let me see what the cost is. It's $189.50 per battery pack. Okay, so what I'm trying to convey here is that this is a heck of a deal. Charger, you're getting a 5 amp hour and 1.7 amp hour Dewalt pouch lithium powered Power Stack batteries. Pretty doggone good. You can get this deal all the way until August 3rd of this year. Now, for a limited time, there was no way to put it in the YouTube shopping tab or shopping button or shopping shelf. You have to use the link in the description. Now, if you're watching this, like, I don't know, days from now, you'll still get the $199 deal. But the deal of the day for that same kit, power stack 5 amp hour and 1.7 amp hour batteries and a charger over at the depot, the Home Depot. Links in the description to get you right to it. It might not be as noticeable. The easiest way is to just use that link, $149. This is a tremendous, tremendous deal. Now, how are they making it happen? I don't know. Maybe they bought up on a whole bunch of these packs, pre-tariff. I don't know, because these cells, you would assume, are made all in the same place. So why is it that Dewalt is able to give such a great deal? Matter of fact, why even discount it that greatly to begin with? Wouldn't they just hold on to the packs, keep them maybe at retail, instead of discounting them now and blowing them out? What, if prices are going to go up? Or is it not a matter of any of that? Maybe prices don't need to go up as high as some of these multi-billion-dollar multinational companies allude to. Maybe they don't need to go as high as they say they do. Okay? And maybe DeWalt is seeing some price gouging, and they're saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to align myself with the worker, with the tradesperson. You know what? We want to win some of you back that have left, and they're going to. In my opinion, these are the times, okay, when the times are tough, and you go elbow to elbow with someone into the battle. That's the person that that galvanizes that relationship for the future. You can depend on those people. There you go. New tradespeople, for instance. Elijah says, I'm currently going to Hudson Valley Community College for HVAC. Love watching your videos. And we love that you watch the videos. Elijah, thank you for being here. For instance, we have people that are just getting started in the trades. They're going to pick the brand that they can afford to get the job done with. Okay? And DeWalt seems to know that is what's going on. Yes. Yes. Now, Balaki or Blake, let me go here. Here's the thing, bro. I will, Vince, that tells me they're clearing stock for new tech. Here's the thing. I would love to believe that new tech is coming out. I would. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. What would be the rush to releasing new tech if it was going to be at such a prohibitively high cost? Now, I will tell everybody this, and I will echo the same thing that I said the other evening in that live stream. The competition, DeWalt's main competition, Milwaukee Tool, okay, has increased prices. And the goal was to, from what I understand, was to increase prices and then come in with promotions to start May into like Father's Day and into summer. They were going to increase prices across the board and then offer some aggressive promotions to have sales. Okay? I was given word that of their deck of sales, 2/3 of that deck was removed, done, kaput. Okay, so they're left with 1/3 of what they were going to be offering all of you, as in for deals from now until maybe August, July. Okay, we're in May, June, July. We won't see a new set of deals until August. That they've literally eliminated 2/3 of their deals. I'm glad to see that DeWalt is stepping up and offering an affordable alternative that maybe you'll get behind. Now, I love Milwaukee Tool. I'm just hoping that they will, instead of standing fast on their decision to keep prices increased and delete all of their deals, maybe they will come up with some new deals, some flash sales, something throughout this next, these next 3 months to make it more affordable for the tradespeople that are depending on these tools to get their job done. But we want to know down below, what do you think about the tariffs and how they're affecting your bottom line as a tradesperson that needs these tools to make a living? We want to know. Leave it all below. Also, if you could have your way, right away, anyway, what would be the next tool deal you'd want to see? We want to know. Leave it all below. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope to see you all on the next one. As in the next video that's coming up like right after this. You're going to love it. It's going to be more tools.